time I'm not going to do a traditional review where I go through a series of benchmarks, gaming and synthetic benchmarks, just to give you some results of this card because, well, something similar has already been done. But instead, I'm going to run this card. This is the MSI GeForce RTX 5070 Ti Inspired 3X OC edition and paired up with AMD Ryzen 9 9950X3D. Now, you might be shocked with this configuration, right? But what I wanted to give you is something from my personal experience, and this is actually just that. So what I'm going to do is pair it up with that R9 9950X3D, which would be the best solution for rendering and gaming in my scenario. So this video will be more on a personal level, where I'm going to compare the old generation that I use daily and compare with something new, which will give you some numbers in comparison just to see exactly how everything would perform. So, taking that into consideration, my current build is Intel Core i9-10980XE paired up with RTX 3080 Ti. And with this, I just want to see what I'm missing out on. So, jokes aside, but I choose this processor just because the current one has 18 cores, 36 threads, and 9950X3D has 16 cores, 32 threads. Since I don't use DLSS MFG in my gaming because Witcher 3 Next Gen and PUBG don't use them or use them slightly in Witcher 3 Next Gen, I will not be using the full potential of the card in that segment, but you already know my position on all of that from the past reviews. So we're going to get a bit into that segment with Cyberpunk 2077. And also, one thing that will definitely be interesting is to check out the fluidity in general work, game, edit, render, and loading times. So first, let's just quickly mention what you get from the GeForce RTX card. So we have latest features from NVIDIA Blackwell architecture, which are also included in this model right here, which I don't have in the past one, right? This includes AI-enhanced graphics and performance with NVIDIA DLSS 4 with multi-frame generation, or MFG. And we have DLSS 4.5, which was just announced on CES. Then 4th generation of ray tracing cores, Studio Creator tools and technology, broadcast, and 9th generation of NVIDIA encoders, NVIDIA app, which I'm kind of getting used to it already, with game ready and studio drivers. And finally, of course, we have the NVIDIA G-Sync. So let's deep dive. What I'm going to do is I'm going to compare the render time that I usually do on my PC and on this one in DaVinci Resolve. So what I did is I rendered a past clip, which is some sort of a time-lapse showcase build, which has loads of speed ups, transitions, and everything all together in 4K resolution. And we're going to check that out. What happens here with the 10980XC and 3080 Ti, we get render time 4 minutes, 12 seconds, and 68 milliseconds. With this one, and I'm quite shocked. I mean, it's quite obvious because this is like 4 years old generation. We're having 2 minutes, 36 seconds, and 96 milliseconds. So that's almost 2 minutes, almost 50% upgrade in time, which in this scenario, it isn't that drastical when you're taking 2 minutes into this consideration, because it's 4 compared to 2. But when you take all of this into consideration, if you're rendering 10, 20 minutes and it lowers down to 5 to 10 minutes, well, that's quite an advantage. And you get loads of speed up in your complete workflow, which is definitely an advantage, specifically for creators or anybody doing something similar like I do. And imagine in any other workflow like rendering your photos or anything similar to that, this will definitely speed up the process. Now, when we go with PUBG, and I play it on very low details, quite obvious, but I play it on 4K, so that's something unusual, but still, I need 4K monitors for my workflow and everything all together. Taking that into consideration, I don't swap monitors. So, average with 3080 Ti and that named processor, I get 89 FPS, depending of course on the scenario, but on average it's 89 to 90, something like that. But with this one, I get 148 on average. So that's quite nice boost. And of course, I'm not talking here about MFG. There's no MFG here in PUBG, so you have to take that into consideration. Of course, we're having almost 2 generations of difference compared to 3080 Ti and 5070 Ti, but still, there's the difference. And then we go with The Witcher 3 next generation. With the 3080 Ti, I get 55 FPS on 4K, but this is on ultra details and ray tracing turned on with DLSS, but then again, it doesn't have the MFG and all the other stuff, right? And then we go with 5070 Ti, which gets average of 93 FPS. So currently, that's quite outstanding. That's really, first and foremost, more enjoyment on the gaming side, but also speeds up the process in that segment of the workflow and everything all together, depending on what you're doing, but it definitely speeds up. So this is quite interesting, and I've been postponing my upgrade when we're talking about in general my build for quite some time, and I think it's about time for me personally to upgrade the system and just to speed up the process of everything, just speed up the workflow and enjoy more the gaming side and everything all together. Now for the Cyberpunk 2077, what we got and how you can see the difference in the FPS when we're talking about the MFG and the multiplier times 2, times 3, and times 4, how it advantages. Now I'm just going to go quickly through this because in the past videos regarding the RTX cards, what I did and what you saw basically with the Cyberpunk is you get the higher FPS, right? But in Cyberpunk, I can't notice any visual difference that much if you're going with multi-frame generation times 4. Maybe in the distance there might be some strange, not, I wouldn't say artifacts, but a bit strange rendering, but it's definitely more for these type of games that are adventure or something like that. But if you go with FPS games, you already know what happens, and I won't dwell again into that. You can check out the past videos, or I'll just link them at the end of this one. But in general, you do get the advantage of more FPS, but the other stuff, the other side, is a bit more different than what you actually can expect. Of course, you'll check all the details in that video. So I just wanted to give you a personal overview or an insight of what can you expect and what can I expect, because I haven't done an actual comparison with my current PC and something from a newer generation. Because if you check out all my benchmarks prior to this, you won't see 10980 XC or 3080 Ti in those runs. Well, because it's 3 years, as I stated, 3 years old generation, and you don't see them that often. Well, you don't see them at all in my benchmark. So I really wanted to go and deep dive into that and just give myself and you guys some useful information regarding that. And one more information that I wanted to give you is that my old PC is still running on DDR4. This one was running on DDR5. So yeah, there's that. So guys, hope you enjoyed a bit of a different video. First, you know, a bit of a showcase time-lapse, something similar to that, combination of that. Cool looking build, I do have to admit, and then the comparison with all the benchmarks. So guys, yeah, thanks for watching today's video. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, click the notification bell, and if you're interested in this type of build, I'll put the links in the description so you can check them out directly, which will give you more information about the price or eventually some more details. That'll be all for today, guys. Thanks. Bye bye.